Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more Let's Play Kirby Superstar. Next we're going to start Milky Way Wishes, so let's go ahead and get started. Help! You must stop the sun and moon from fighting. Wow, that sounds like a Mario Party plot. Oh wait, it is. Okay. So the basic mechanic for this game is, it's a normal Kirby game, obviously, but there are actually deluxe copy ability characters. Now, in this game, when you swallow enemies that would normally have power-ups, you don't actually get the power-up anymore. Instead, you have to find these little deluxe copy ability stations, and then use them, and you get to keep the power-ups forever. And then the more you collect, the more, options you have for actually, keeping power-ups and stuff like that. To get the first one, you have to keep entering this door over and over again until you get to the winter season. And go over here, and the first power-up is just right here. It's the ice ability. So if you hit start, it shows all the power-ups, and this means we can just, get ice forever now. Which is, kind of cool. So I'll show a little bit of ice. I showed it briefly in the Meta Knight game, but didn't really use it that much. So yeah, ice has a pretty few cool abilities, I guess. The best boss attack that the ice ability has is swallowing projectiles and then spitting them back at the boss. But it's kind of hard to do because the timing has to be right on in order for it to work. You have to be like right next to an enemy. Okay, make it winter again right here, and don't get hit by the stupid ice. Now this is kind of tricky. You have to time your movements just right here. But you have to break these blocks. Kind of hard to do with ice, but thankfully it didn't take me too long. And in here we have the fighter ability. So I'm going to go ahead and make my partner get the fighter ability, and let's go. So now I have two abilities. And if I want to use one or the other, I just select it. And look, see, I'm ice again, but I'm going to go ahead and just change. And yes, you can actually change when you're on the field of battle, which is kind of helpful. You don't always have to go inside that menu every time. Now, I've said a lot about Fighter. Fighter is just not very good for me. I don't know why. It's just that I'm not very good with it. And I don't know. It's just not. It's an ability I don't really like. I don't know why. It's just that I've never really been fond of it. I'm trying to do a certain move with it, but it's kind of hard to do. Now I think you go into this one until it's autumn. And sure enough, we have another little hole right here. And here's actually the cutter ability. Now that is all the abilities you'll find in this level, so we can just go to the boss now. Cutter, I'm actually kind of fond of Cutter. It may not be the most powerful, but, I mean, it has a few cool moves. And, I like how you can, press the Y button and, throw your cutter blades infinitely. That's kind of helpful. So if you couldn't tell, the mechanic of this level is that whenever you go inside a door, the season changes. And in order to get through the level, sometimes you have to change to a specific season. Usually autumn or winter, though. Now in here, we actually have the boss. Whenever you see a little sparkly door, that is where the boss comes into play. And the boss for this level is Twin Woods. So let's go ahead and beat him again. Whoa, my partner just got murdered. You know what? Here, go have Cutter. I said, go have Cutter. Oh right, you can't swallow the abilities anymore. I forgot about that. Okay, so I'll make my partner Cutter, and just for now I'll use ice, I guess. Not that I actually needed it. This is a very easy boss. Grab the star, and we're done with Floria. Now, I didn't really mention the story, but the story's kind of confusing, to me anyways. The Sun and Moon are fighting, and the reason they're fighting is, well, I really don't know why they're fighting. They just are, because they're brother and brother, I guess. Sibling rivalry, all that stuff. Anyways, the plot is, this guy named Marks actually tells Kirby of a way he can get the Sun and Moon to, from fighting each other. And he has to go see this giant mechanical being named Nova. And then he has to grant the wish that the sun and moon will stop fighting. And I believe that's the plot. If it's not that, it's really close to that. Okay, I actually got to show off that ability now, so I'm happy about that. Okay. I don't think we run into any copy abilities until later in the level, so I'm going to go ahead and get, I'll get Cutter back. Yeah, we have 2 Cutters right now, but... Does it really matter? Does it really matter what power-up we have? Does it really matter? Now, I believe the first power-up is up here, or it's in this area. There's a door. You'll see it, I'm sure. You'll probably see it before I do, and I'll probably miss it and have to redo the level, knowing me. Okay, it's not this cannon, because we have nothing to actually light the cannon, so don't worry about that. And I actually missed it, so I'm actually going to go back a little ways, because I actually did miss the power-up. And I do not want to miss it right now. Just let me get one up, and let me get a Maxim Tomato. Here it is, here it is. Hit this bomb, and then a door will appear right here. And then you can get the Parasol power-up. Parasol, as I stated earlier, it's just kind of a normal melee weapon. It's no hammer, though. Hammer is superior to Parasol in every way. However, the cool thing about Parasol, though, is, like, you can guard from it. Its guard is, like, the most impenetrable guard in the whole game, so... That's the helpful thing about Parasol, although I do prefer Hammer to it. Okay. Okay, so this section's kind of hard. There are these little bubbles where you have, like, a lot of gravity, or, well, more gravity than you would inside of the water, so you can go through, like, those sections really quickly. Kind of hard with all those Gordos around, so be careful. Now, I believe the other 2 power-ups you can get in this level are Beam and Sword. So I'll probably be using Sword for a while, because Sword is my favorite of the ones we have so far, just in my opinion. Okay, I believe you go through here, I think. I hope I'm going the right way. I'll go ahead and create a partner. Go in here. Yep, this is the sword room. As you can see, we have all these Blade Knights. They wouldn't just randomly put Blade Knights here if there wasn't a reason. And you do need Parasol right here, so you can actually go through these blocks. I think. Either Parasol or any ability that can attack downward. I'm sure Cutter would also work. Now we have Mr. Pancake Man. I don't know why I call him Pancake Man. He just kind of looks like he's all wrapped up in a little crepe-like thing. Okay, so here's Sword. Now watch my partner be an idiot and kill himself. Because that's what good partners do, apparently. Okay, this is going to be very dangerous. Okay, there we go. You can't beat me, Blade Knight. I beat Meta Knights with a sword, so you guys are screwed. Now, you're probably wondering who the boss of this level is going to be. All of the bosses for the normal worlds are just repeat bosses from the games we've played so far. So you'll see, like, you know, bosses from the Great Cave Offensive. You'll see bosses from Revenge of Meta Knight and, you know, stuff like that. So, think water bosses, and you'll figure out who we're actually going to be fighting in this level. This maze is kind of difficult because you don't really know which way you're supposed to go. I think I know the way, though. I think you go up here. I think you go down one more time. No, that's wrong. Hopefully I have enough time to beat Heavy Lobster. Or not Heavy Lobster. That's not the boss of this level. It's not. Trust me, it's not the boss. I just kind of messed up right there. The boss is a water creature, though. I'll give you a hint. Blubber. There, that should give you the answer right there. Now I think you go up here. Go down here. Yep, okay, I found the right way now. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and equip Sword. First, let me get my partner back over here. I'll give you Beam. Then I'll get Sword. I think Sword works the best here, in my opinion. But we have Fatty Whale. That's who we have to fight for this boss. Oh crap, I have to finish Fatty Whale in like, 40 seconds. Oh man, I don't know if I can do this in the time limit. And my partner's already dead. Here, take that. Go nuts. Okay, he didn't do anything. Wow, that sucks. Okay, I'll use Cutter then.
I'll probably have to speed up part of this, or maybe take out some of the maze footage. How's my partner already dead? Sprocky! Okay, I got a power up I shouldn't have yet. How very ironic. Okay. Okay, yeah, he's dead. This is SlimKirby. See you guys next time.